So I'm super excited today because MacArthur Park has just reopened, apparently. Like a dog that you're trying to take a picture of, I've averted my eyes from every photograph of the open park, so I don't know anything about what was done, to what extent. I just know that there was a homeless sweep that caused the park to be closed down and rehabilitated. So I'm really excited to see how that turned out. And it's aptly named Westlake because it's to the west. It was once the western edge of Los Angeles, but I was kind of shocked to read this morning that there was a Mr. Westlake. So a little bit of a pun, but it was aptly named. It was a swamp, it was a dump, and then in the 1880s, similar to Hollenbeck Park, which I went to, which is another one of my videos. The development of Westlake was pretty much in tandem with Hollenbeck Park, the same type of scheme, real estate fed by transit to get to downtown Los Angeles, which was the town at the time. And this was once the outer suburbs, if you will, a residential neighborhood. And as the city spread west, this turned into a little bit of a posh neighborhood. The Brown Derby was once on Wilshire Blvd, just a block away. This is 7th Street, which held a streetcar. So Westlake was always an easy place to get to, and that kind of continues today because this was once the end of the line for the Metro Red Line subway. And if you look, well, this isn't where falling down was shot, but hopefully we'll see some falling down shots. I can already see the green grass. Wow. There's langurs. MacArthur Park has a pretty nasty reputation throughout the 80s and 90s. This is Park View right here. And usually this time of the morning there's parking. It's about 9, so it's starting to get more and more crowded. But if you get here early, there's an awesome sunrise sometimes because there's a beautiful view of downtown LA off in the distance. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're here. Dude, look at this green grass. Dude, I can't believe what they've done with this place. This is amazing. I've always loved this steampunk. I don't know what it is. I've never bothered to figure it out. Maybe I could figure it out right now. Maybe something to do with World War II? Well, I'm sure I'll figure it out. Because this was hastily named by the city, renamed to MacArthur Park because I guess apparently he was such a war hero in the Pacific Theater. So I can't attest to the character of Douglas MacArthur, but at the time they felt it was worthy to name this park after him, rename it. Which is kind of sad because this was Westlake Park. It was on the west side of downtown. It was the west side of the whole city of LA before Hollywood and all that. Before the Miracle Mile, before Wilshire Blvd, this was Westlake Park, named after Mr. Westlake. So it looks like the rehab primarily was just grass related. They didn't drain the lake or anything. The lake used to be a natural spring that bubbled up in the area because the topography here. There's these little hills and little ridges, so it's very similar to Hollenbeck Park and how it originated. Just kind of an area that had water, made a little green spot. It also used to be a dump, which sounds terrible, but a dump back then there was no plastic, so it was just wood and various other things, tin cans and whatnot. So the park was created in the 1880s to deal with real estate, bringing people out of the city center, out of Bunker Hill to the outskirts. And this would eventually kind of end up being a spot between Hollywood and downtown Los Angeles. So this area kind of hit its boom in the 1890s.
Oh, but shit.
You can see the Westlake Theater. You can see a couple of really cool old buildings. And of course, this is 7th Street, so you could just hop on the streetcar and be downtown in just a matter of minutes, because we're only not even 2 miles away. So coming up to Alvarado Street, this was a little bit more of one of the places where you would do some illegal business down here. And it's also the busy commercial district for the area. And this area hasn't undergone that much of a change in the last couple decades. Across the street, straight ahead, is the Metro Red Line MacArthur Park station, which was part of the original segment of Red Line subway that ran between Union Station and here when it first opened. Later expanded to Wilshire Western and up to Hollywood. When I was a kid, it was just exciting to have a subway nearby. I grew up in suburban Orange County, so as soon as I was able to get on the bus, get out here, my friends and I would come over here and explore the area.
There's a mama sitting right there.
Getting ready to have babies. So this has always been a really bustling area. Southern Californians are not really used to grass, so I keep tripping out on this grass. It's so foreign. And it looks like a new handicap access ramp. There's the Metro Red Line subway. So the lake was drained for the subway to be built around here. And if you see the movie Falling Down, there's a scene in this area, and the lake is dried out. So I was gonna try to line up some shots from the movie Falling Down, but I couldn't find my second battery, so I only have one battery. So this is gonna be a real quick video. See, for those of you not from California or Southern California, like sprinklers and green grass, you just don't see it very often. Morning. And this is Wilshire Blvd, which didn't exist in this park until the 1930s. Wilshire was a grand boulevard from east to west that really spurred the automobile development. And for some reason, the pedestrian tunnels are closed off. So I'm definitely not going to be able to do a falling down reenactment scene here. So let's check this out. I know the park is the focus here, but I do want to walk around the area just a little bit.
Así te puede sacar a ti, porque Él es poderoso para libertar al cautivo y al menesteroso y al afligido. Ay, Samaya Soja, y Marrama Sorebe, y Shirabasa Kemi. Por eso que es importante, pueblo de Dios. Él entonces, arrojando su capa, se levantó y vino a Jesús. Escuche bien. Arroja tu capa y ven a Jesucristo. Arroja la maldición y ven a Jesucristo. Arroja la pobreza y ven a Jesucristo. El mismo venía a predicar en medio nuestro.
I wasn't taking your picture, dude. So kudos to people getting subscriptions and views of videos depicting LA in a negative way. I gotta turn my camera off. I don't know what's going on here. I hate to say it, this neighborhood it has a bad reputation, and just in the last few minutes I've been reminded of that bad reputation. No matter how tacky I look. So this is 6th Street. The park used to originally go between 6th and 7th. And then in the 1930s they added Wilshire Blvd. Just the second part of MacArthur Park. It looks like they didn't renovate this area. But it's still vibrant. I mean, depending on what your perspective is, it's either not a good place or a vibrant place. I see it as kind of a couple things. I've never really been bothered here. In fact, that guy telling me not to film is really the only negative interaction I've had here, and I've been coming here for a very long time. So there's Wilshire Blvd where it cuts the park in half. So it looks like we have a juxtaposition of the nice MacArthur Park and the not so nice one.
Que Dios me lo bendiga, Dios los guarde, Dios los cuide, Dios haga derramar de su gloria sobre cada uno de ustedes. Amén. Bendiciones a todos. Dios me lo bendiga. Aleluya.
And there's an old-timey air raid siren. Still there. So the city keeps these, and I hope they always will. It's just a weird reminder. I wonder if there will ever be a return to the boathouse. This park is just so fraught with the negative reputation. I don't foresee it ever being like Echo Park Lake. Oh, the falling down tunnel. That sucks that I can't go through that. I brought an apple with me and I wanted someone to throw it at me. So honestly, I don't even know what's the deal with the water here. I know that it was a natural spring and kind of a swamp / lake. And then when they drained the lake to build the subway underneath it, they obviously had to do a lot of work to deal with the water. So maybe next time I'm on the red or the purple line, I'll look out the window and see if there's any water issues. When they built Wilshire, they used the same style of guardrail that they used on a lot of the old highways at the time. So you can see in the 1920s, there was a lot of development here. There's a lot of pretty impressive buildings that were built around the time, so this was obviously a very sought after area. I'll have to compare it to the red lines because I seem to recall an old map that made this kind of a red line area. And I get the vibe I'm kind of going off on too many topics here for these babies.
You're complaining about like one of the girls that teaching.
Oh, alright. Well, at least one gate's open. I came through here a couple months ago, so I'll just put that video up at the end of this maybe. That's just the other. I wonder if they redid the grass on this playground here. Nope. But this part of the park is where the kids play, and it's usually a little bit nicer. Alright, I'm out of battery, so that's MacArthur Park. Thanks for watching.
Uno como padre podría interponerse, así, ¿sabes qué? Yo voy a pagar. Pero conozco personas que dicen, no, él cometió el error, hay que se lo lleve la fregada, ¿verdad? Es el que cometió el error, el que pague. Porque nadie, hermanos, nadie puede poner su propia carne por otra persona.